Chapter 4. The Conspiracy Unfolds. In the modern world, archaeologists and historians have long puzzled over the mysteries of the ancient civilizations. The pyramids, the megalithic structures, the intricate carvings and symbols, all have been studied, analyzed, and debated. But despite their efforts, the true purpose and meaning of these ancient wonders have remained elusive. It was not until a group of archaeologists stumbled upon a series of unusual artifacts in a remote part of the world that the pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place. These artifacts, seemingly unrelated at first, began to reveal a pattern that pointed to a hidden conspiracy, a secret that had been guarded for millennia. It began with a discovery in the mountains of Turkey, near the ancient site of Göbekli Tepe. A team of archaeologists, led by Dr. Elizabeth Harding, had been excavating the site for several years, uncovering a series of stone pillars adorned with intricate carvings of animals and abstract symbols. Göbekli Tepe was one of the oldest known megalithic sites in the world, dating back to around 9600 BCE, long before the rise of the great civilizations of Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Mesoamerica. As the team dug deeper into the site, they uncovered a hidden chamber, sealed off from the rest of the structure. Inside, they found a collection of artifacts unlike anything they had ever seen: carved stone tablets, mysterious metal objects, and a small, intricately detailed statue that bore a striking resemblance to the Lady of Elche. Dr. Harding was intrigued by the statue. It was made of a material she could not immediately identify, and its features were eerily similar to the bust discovered in Spain over a century earlier. But there was something else, something that sent a chill down her spine. The statue's eyes seemed to follow her, as if it were alive, as if it were watching her every move. The tablets, too, were strange. They were covered in a script that no one on the team could decipher, a script that bore no resemblance to any known language. And the metal objects, small, disc-shaped artifacts, were unlike anything they had ever seen, their surfaces smooth and unmarked, yet somehow radiating a faint, almost imperceptible hum. Dr. Harding knew that these artifacts were significant, that they held the key to understanding the true purpose of Göbekli Tepe. But she also knew that they were dangerous. There was something about them, something that spoke of ancient powers and forgotten knowledge, something that had been hidden for a reason. As Dr. Harding and her team continued their research, they began to uncover connections between the artifacts and other ancient sites around the world. The stone tablets, when analyzed using advanced imaging techniques, revealed patterns that matched the layout of the pyramids in Egypt, the ziggurats of Mesopotamia, and the pyramids of Mesoamerica. The metal objects, when tested, were found to contain elements not found on Earth, suggesting that they were of extraterrestrial origin. But the most startling discovery came when Dr. Harding received a series of anonymous messages, warning her to cease her investigations. The messages were cryptic, but they hinted at the existence of a secret society, a group that had been guarding the ancient knowledge for thousands of years. This society, known only as the Keepers, was said to have members in every major civilization throughout history, their purpose to protect the balance of the world and to prevent the misuse of the ancient powers. Dr. Harding was undeterred. She knew that she was on the verge of a major breakthrough, that the secrets she had uncovered could change the world. But she also knew that she was in danger. The Keepers were watching her, and they would stop at nothing to protect their secrets. As Dr. Harding delved deeper into the mystery, she began to uncover evidence that suggested the Lady of Elche was more than just a priestess or a queen. She was a key figure in the ancient network that connected the world's great civilizations. The lady, it seemed, had been entrusted with a great responsibility: to protect the ancient knowledge and to ensure that it was not used for destructive purposes. The artifacts found at Göbekli Tepe, when compared with similar finds in Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Mesoamerica, revealed a pattern, a global network of megalithic structures, all aligned with the stars, all designed to harness the energies of the earth and the heavens. The Lady of Elche had been a guardian of this network, a keeper of the ancient knowledge, and her statue, found in Spain, was a symbol of her enduring legacy. But the more Dr. Harding uncovered, the more she realized that the ancient knowledge was not just a relic of the past. It was still very much alive, still being used by those who knew its secrets. The keepers were not just guarding the knowledge, they were using it, manipulating the forces of the earth and the stars for their own purposes. Dr. Harding knew that she had to act. She could not let the ancient knowledge fall into the wrong hands, could not let the balance of the world be disrupted. She gathered her team and set out to confront the keepers, to uncover their secrets and to put an end to their plans. But the keepers were not easily defeated. They had been preparing for this moment for centuries, honing their skills, gathering their resources. They knew that Dr. Harding was coming, and they were ready. The confrontation took place at a newly discovered megalithic site hidden deep in the jungles of South America. The site was unlike anything Dr. Harding had ever seen. Massive stone structures, covered in carvings that seemed to pulsate with energy, aligned perfectly with the stars above. As Dr. Harding and her team approached the site, they were met by the keepers, a group of individuals dressed in simple robes, their faces hidden by hoods. They spoke in a language that Dr. Harding did not understand, but she could sense the power in their words, the way the very air seemed to vibrate with their voices. The leader of the keepers, a tall figure with piercing blue eyes, stepped forward. "You should not have come." The leader of the keepers, a tall figure with piercing blue eyes, stepped forward. "You should not have come here, Dr. Harding," he said, his voice calm, but filled with an underlying threat. "You have meddled in matters beyond your understanding. The knowledge you seek is not for the uninitiated. It is ancient, powerful, and must be safeguarded." Dr. Harding stood her ground, her heart pounding in her chest. "I don't seek to harm or misuse the knowledge," she replied, trying to keep her voice steady. "But the world deserves to know the truth about these ancient civilizations and the secrets they left behind. This knowledge belongs to all of humanity, not just a select few." The keeper's eyes narrowed. "You are mistaken. This knowledge is not a gift. It is a burden. Those who possess it must carry the weight of its consequences. The balance of the world is fragile, and the misuse of this knowledge could lead to disaster on a scale you cannot imagine." Dr. Harding felt a wave of unease wash over her. There was something in the keeper's voice, a deep-seated conviction that made her question her own motives. But she knew she couldn't back down now. Too much was at stake. "The Lady of Elche understood the importance of this knowledge," Dr. Harding said, her voice firm. "She was a guardian, a protector. But she also believed in sharing wisdom, in using it to benefit the world. That's why she left clues, why she allowed her legacy to be discovered." The keeper shook his head. "The Lady of Elche was indeed a guardian, but she understood the dangers. She knew that this knowledge could not be freely given, that it had to be protected at all costs. She would not have wanted it to fall into the hands of those who do not understand its power." The tension in the air was palpable. The keepers stood silently behind their leader, their expressions hidden, but their presence felt like a physical force pressing down on Dr. Harding and her team. She knew that she was at a crossroads, that the next few moments would determine the course of her life, and possibly the future of the world. Before Dr. Harding could respond, the ground beneath them began to tremble. The massive stone structures around them seemed to come alive, their carvings glowing with an ethereal light. The stars above appeared to pulse in rhythm with the vibrations of the earth, as if the entire universe was holding its breath. The keeper raised his hands and the trembling stopped. The light from the carvings intensified, illuminating the clearing with a brilliant glow. In that moment, Dr. Harding saw the truth. This site, like the others she had studied, was not just a monument. It was a conduit, a point of connection between the earthly and the divine, a place where the ancient knowledge could be accessed and harnessed. The keeper's voice was softer now, almost reverent. "This is what we protect, Dr. Harding. This is the legacy of the ancients, the knowledge that has been passed down through the ages. It is not just a collection of facts or techniques. It is the key to the very fabric of reality. To wield this power is to hold the fate of the world in your hands." Dr. Harding felt a chill run down her spine. The enormity of what she had uncovered, the implications of the ancient knowledge, were almost too much to comprehend. She had come seeking answers, but now she was faced with a responsibility she had never anticipated. "What do you want from me?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The keeper lowered his hands, the glow from the carvings fading but not disappearing entirely. "We do not wish to harm you, Dr. Harding, but you must understand the gravity of what you have uncovered. The knowledge you seek cannot be used lightly. It must be protected, and those who guard it must be chosen carefully." He paused, his piercing blue eyes locking onto hers. "You have proven yourself worthy, Dr. Harding. You have shown courage, determination, and a willingness to seek the truth. But now you must choose. Will you join us, become a keeper, and protect this knowledge, or will you turn away, knowing that the secrets you have uncovered will remain hidden, guarded by those who understand their true power?" Dr. Harding's mind raced. She had spent her entire career seeking the truth, unraveling the mysteries of the ancient world. She had always believed that knowledge was meant to be shared, that the discoveries she made belonged to everyone. But now, faced with the reality of the ancient knowledge, she realized that some truths were too dangerous to be revealed. She thought of the Lady of Elche, the high priestess who had guarded the ancient secrets for so long. The lady had understood the importance of balance, of maintaining the delicate equilibrium between the physical and the spiritual. She had known that the knowledge she protected could be a force for good, but also a force for unimaginable destruction. Dr. Harding knew that the choice she made now would define her future, and possibly the future of the world. She could walk away, leave the secrets hidden, and trust that the keepers would continue their work, safeguarding the ancient knowledge. Or she could join them, take on the responsibility of protecting the knowledge herself, and ensure that it was used wisely. The decision weighed heavily on her, but deep down she knew what she had to do. The legacy of the ancients, the knowledge they had passed down, was too important to ignore. It was a burden, yes, but it was also a privilege, a chance to make a difference, to protect the balance that had been maintained for so long. "I will join you," Dr. Harding said, her voice steady and resolute. "I will become a keeper, and I will protect the knowledge of the ancients." The keeper nodded, a look of approval in his eyes. "Then welcome, Dr. Harding. From this day forward, you are one of us. You are a guardian of the ancient knowledge, a protector of the balance. Together, we will ensure that the secrets of the past remain safe, and that the world continues to turn in harmony with the cosmos." As the words left his lips, the ground trembled once more, but this time it felt different, calmer, more controlled. The carvings on the stone structures pulsed with a gentle light, as if acknowledging Dr. Harding's decision, accepting her into the fold. Dr. Harding felt a sense of peace settle over her. She had made her choice, and now she would dedicate herself to the task ahead. The ancient knowledge would remain protected, the balance maintained, and the legacy of the Lady of Elche and the other guardians would continue. But she also knew that this was just the beginning. The world was changing, and new challenges would arise. The keepers would need to remain vigilant, to adapt to the shifting tides of history. And Dr. Harding was ready to embrace her new role, ready to protect the secrets of the ancients, and ready to face whatever the future might hold.